All right, so we are back here in Goshen, Indiana. We are at Affinity RV Group. Every time I come out here, you guys know it's either for an issue, we're adding something to our coach, or we're doing something. We're doing something regarding our coach because, as you very well know, these things are an earthquake going down the road. Things break. Now, there are a million shops. They're all alike. Or are they? My opinion, based on experience, okay? Coming right after the intro. Guys, so first and foremost, welcome back to the channel. Glad you guys are back. If you're brand new or if this video just happened to come up on your feed, please do me a favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't get anything from it. It just puts me on top in the algorithms, and it's the ability of me sharing my videos with more of an audience. So if you're new, welcome. If you're not new and you're a loyal follower of my channel, welcome back again. We are back at Goshen, Indiana, like I mentioned to you in the intro. We are back at Affinity RV Group. However, this time, it's not necessarily, or the initial intent behind visiting Affinity was not necessarily a repair per se. However, it kind of did turn into a little bit of a repair. So if you guys remember from our last video, we were out in the Northeast, the New England area, doing this thing my wife calls leaf peeping, and I did share a video with you guys. Although it was a very pretty trip and a lot of beautiful things to see, it was a little bit of a somber trip for the reasons that I mentioned in the video. So, you know, even though you may see us smiling and enjoying ourselves, I'll be perfectly honest with you, down deep inside, we were hurting. It was tough making that video, but we went out and I wanted to dedicate that video to Nugget, my little guy, my buddy. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at that last video. It was a tough time. We were on the road for 2 months, a month and a half, and the whole time we were thinking of him, but that's neither here nor there. Life goes on. That's in the past. At the end of that video, or at the end of that trip, our plan was to come out here to Affinity RV Group. Now, the reason for that visit was not a repair. We wanted to add a third air conditioner to our RV. As you guys very well know, we're from South Florida. Living in South Florida, the elements down there can be quite harsh on an RV. I mean, it's constant heat, just to keep the inside of our coach looking new and keeping the wood, because there's a lot of humidity down in South Florida, but keeping the wood and everything going and working. I usually run my air conditioners year round. I alternate between the front and the back AC, just to keep the room conditioned, the air inside the coach conditioned. But that takes its toll on an air conditioner, as you can just imagine. So our coach is a 2021 Keystone Montana. The model is a 3791 RD. It comes equipped from the factory with 2 air conditioners. It has a 15,000 BTU air conditioner in the rear of the coach, which runs the furnace, the heating. And then we have a 13,000 or 12,500 or 13, I'm not sure, BTU up in the front. Now, the coach itself comes pre-wired for a third air conditioner. So the purpose of our trip to Affinity this year, although it turned into a little bit of a repair, and I'll get to that in a minute, the initial purpose was to come out here and put in the third air conditioner. Now, the question I get all the time, or the question that I'm sure I'm going to get in this video in the comments, is why would you go all the way to Indiana? Okay, why would you go to Goshen, Indiana, to get an air condition installed in your RV? I'll be perfectly honest with you. I've done this work with a buddy of mine, we installed an air conditioner in his coach, Vic. You know, you guys know Vic. He's been on my videos. I'm sure some of you guys, if you're loyal followers, you remember. We did an air conditioner on his coach. Pretty simple. But I wanted to come out here to Indiana, to Goshen, to Affinity, because my unit has the in-command system. So there's a lot of electronics and a lot of issues going on with this particular unit that I wanted to make sure it got done right. Now, when I say done right, okay, a lot of people in the comments, I'm sure, will say, you know, you could have gone to any facility down in South Florida and had them install the air conditioner for you. But if you guys, again, if you're loyal followers of my channel, you know, and I'm sorry, I'm outside, there's a lot of noise going on. You guys know that I trust these folks, and I trust these folks for a reason, okay? Which I'll get into in a second. I know that I mentioned to you guys in the intro, if all the facilities were the same. And my opinion, based on experience, is absolutely not. They are not the same. And I'm going to explain to you guys in a minute why I don't think they're the same. But I wanted to install the AC. I called them up. They gave me a quote over the phone. They gave me a date. And right after we were done with leaf peeping, we came out here to get the third AC installed. Now I'll show you guys here in the video a little bit of the work getting done. You know, it was as simple as removing the max fan and just placing the new AC, but there was a little bit of wiring that had to go into play here because of the in-command system to make sure that the AC worked correctly, which is why I trust these folks in doing what they do. Now, going back to what I mentioned about all these shops being the same, they are absolutely not the same. And I'll tell you why, and I tell you what sets Affinity apart from all the other repair facilities. When you go to a repair facility to get work done, their number one goal is to fix the problem and get you out. Now, when I say get you out, some of you guys that are campers and some of you guys that are new to this industry, I'm gonna fill you in on a little bit of note, okay? When I say get you out, some of the repair facilities, and let me tell you, in Florida, there are hundreds of repair facilities. But you take your coach into them and you've lost your coach for 3-4 weeks, if not months. Now, what makes Affinity a little different is they realize that some people live in these things. They realize that you want your coach back, you know, that you don't want to give it up for 2-3 weeks. You want to come in, you want to get the stuff done, and you want to get out. At Affinity, they give you an appointment date. The day you come in with your appointment, they get right to work on getting you repaired and getting you out the door. And they give you the dates. They will tell you we will be done by Friday, and by golly, come Friday, if not earlier, your unit is done and you are on the road. Now, I'll go one step further back and I'll touch on getting repairs done on your coach, okay? Here's, in my opinion, what sets these guys apart from everybody else. When you come in and you share what's wrong with your coach with these guys, not only do they diagnose the problem, okay? Their main goal, from Rod, which is the owner of the company, to Joe, Bob, the two plant managers, or even the ladies in the office, their goal is not only to fix the problem that you came in with. Their number one goal, and they all they put their heads together and they figure out what caused the problem to begin with. Okay, this is by far, I mean, not even close. This is not a perfect industry. This industry is just a black cloud over the entire industry on some of the stuff, some of the products that some of these companies put out. Okay, we are well aware that these things are going to need repairs, but here at Affinity, they go one step above. All right, they don't just want to fix the repair, they want to diagnose why it happened, and they want to fix it so that when you come back here to Affinity, it's for something else. They don't ever want you coming back for the same issue. Some of you may remember a few months ago, I was back here, like 6 months ago, I was back here to get some repairs done on my RV, and it was regarding some hangers that broke. If you guys go back and pull up that video, you'll see that not only did the folks here at Affinity fix the problem, okay, they welded the issue, they fixed it, but they made it better, okay? They go above and beyond to make sure that whatever happened, because they know the product that's coming out. They know the product that's coming out. And let me be very clear on this, okay? Montana, Grand Design, they all have issues, all right? Every single one of them. So make sure that you understand that I have a Montana. In my opinion, I think it's one of the better manufacturers. Keystone, it's one of the better manufacturers. That's just, you know, it's just the way it is. That's my opinion, and everybody's entitled to theirs. I just like Keystone product. So having said that about the air conditioner and having that installed, and I'll show you guys a little bit more of the process here for a minute, you know, just to let you guys know, it was pretty cut and dry. Remove, install, program the new AC into the in-command system, and away you go. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, the initial visit here to Affinity was just the air conditioner. However, as you guys very well know, things happen. While we were en route to our leaf peeping trip, one of the areas that we had to traverse through was New Jersey, okay? In doing so, on the New Jersey Turnpike, I happened to hit a piece of metal that was laying on the street. I happened to hit it with my back tires, my dually, and as soon as I saw that happening, I looked in my rearview mirror. That piece of metal went up in the air, and it tore off the handle, the grab handle that people hold on to get into the coach. It ripped it clean off. Well, I shouldn't say clean off. It was kind of hanging by one little screw, but it destroyed it. And in the process, it put some scratches in the skirting. It put some scratches in the door. It kind of messed up some stuff. It scratched some of these, some of the graphics, the decals. So I figured, you know, we were coming to Affinity to get one thing done. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and get these other issues fixed. So, like I mentioned to you guys about all these companies being the same, they're not. They're not. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. In today's society, in this industry that is RVing, okay, there's thousands and thousands of repair facilities, and that's by design. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why there's thousands of repair facilities. The reason there's thousands of them is because, like I mentioned, these products, these RVs, they have issues, okay? You need people to fix them, all right? Now, in my opinion, and from experience, the reason I come here to Affinity is because what sets these folks apart from everybody else, or at least those that I have had dealings with, or those that I've heard firsthand stories of, okay, what sets these folks apart is, number one, they're extremely competitive on their prices, okay? That's important. For the consumer, that is very important. Number two, the consumer, us, me, you, we want to take our unit to a place, we want to get it fixed, we want to pay whatever it costs within reason, obviously competitive, and we want to leave. We don't want our unit stuck for 3-4 weeks, even months, okay? I have a friend of mine who's going to remain nameless. He has an RV down in Florida. He's taken it to the same repair facility 4 times for the same issue, okay? That's just not good. I mean, that is not acceptable for me. If I take my unit in somewhere, I want to get it fixed, I want to pay, and I want to leave, okay? Even if I take it back for the same item and it's free, it's still an inconvenience, okay? I want to go in, get it done, and I want to leave. Having said that, when you bring your unit in here to Affinity, you have your appointment date. The minute you drive in, one of the girls will come out, write up a worksheet of what repairs are going to be done on your RV. They get you in. Bob or Joe, one of the plant managers, comes out, looks at your unit, and away you go, and in for repairs. If they tell you, hey, your unit will be ready Wednesday, it may be ready Tuesday, it may be ready Thursday, but it ain't gonna be several weeks. If they tell you a date, that's when you get your product, okay? That's when you get your unit back, and that's when you leave. That's important. That's very important. Let me tell you something, and I think it's the most important part of this whole industry. What absolutely sets these folks apart, besides those things that I just mentioned, okay, is their customer service. This guy, okay, I don't mean to sound rude, this gentleman, the owner of Affinity, Rod, this guy, from the minute you pull in those gates, this guy treats you as if you were family. He understands. He's been in the industry 30 years, okay? Everybody who works here at Affinity has been in the RV industry at one level or another most of their lives, okay? So they know what goes on. They know the issues that come with these units, and they want to get you in and they want to get you out as soon as possible. But in doing so, they treat you like you're a member of the family, okay? They realize what you're going through. They realize the hardships. They realize how hard we work for our money, and they don't mess around. They don't joke around. They get in here. They're all business. They want to get you in. They want to get you out. Okay, that to me is priceless. You can't put a price on that. Okay, you want to go somewhere and you want to get things done with people that you trust. So, in getting all this stuff out, all this information that I wanted to share with you guys, I'll share another little piece that adds to why I tell you these guys are special, okay? I have an issue with some metal skirting. It's been reoccurring for me, not them. It's been reoccurring. It's happened multiple times where I've had to redo the skirting. If you guys, I think there's a video that I made on one of the skirtings. Well, that issue keeps coming up, okay? So finally, when I arrived here a few days ago, I had Rod come out, and then Rod called both his plant managers, Joe and Bob. They both came out here. They started looking at the issue, but unlike other facilities where they just say, oh, we'll just re-screw here and there, unlike other facilities, they weren't really interested in why the skirting broke or why the skirting came off or how to fix it. What their main concern was, and this again is what sets them apart, their main concern is what caused it and what can we do so that it doesn't occur again. So basically, they got together and they realized that what's happening back here in the back of my coach, since the back of my coach is actually elevated, it's like a split floor in the back. Well, the two pieces that hang out over the main floor, they kind of like independent. It's just wood. So what happens, the weight from the wall and the weight from the furniture and the weight from everything that's on that side of the coach kind of flexes and bows. It makes the floor bow. Rod immediately looked at it. He looked over, he talked it over with Bob and Joe as well. And they immediately diagnosed that what's happening is that the floor back there is flexing. Is that an Affinity problem? No. That's a manufacturer's problem. But they could easily just re-screw the skirting, send me on my way, and I'll be back here 6 weeks from now for the same issue and the same issue and the same issue. That's not how they do business. That's not how they do business. They are concerned with what is causing the issue. Not only did Rod diagnose the issue, he immediately said, this is how you fix it. Bang, bang, bang. And he told me exactly what we needed to fix. I set my appointment. I'll be back at the beginning of next year to get this stuff done. But that's what I'm getting at. What I'm talking about is how these guys care about getting the problem, getting the issue at hand fixed so that it never happens again. Now, you would think as a business, that's bad. That's a bad business model. You know, fixing something to the point where they're never going to be back, that's bad. What keeps these people in business and what keeps everybody else in business is recurring. You got to keep coming back. Trust me, there's plenty in this industry to keep them and everybody else busy for years to come. It's going to happen. Their goal, Affinity RV Group in Goshen, Indiana, their goal is to make sure that when you leave this facility, you don't come back for the same issue again. Okay? And that really should be, the way every facility works. Unfortunately, it's not. In my opinion, it's not. So that's what I got for you guys. A little bit more later. All right, so it is the next day. I'm going to give you guys a recap, a status update on where we're at, what got done today. I'm not going to touch on the air conditioner. That was done day one. I brought you guys all the footage. Like I mentioned, that was a 1, 2, 3. That was an in and out. They took care of that yesterday, yesterday in one day. And then today they concentrated on that extra stuff, the stuff that I told you that was basically not the reason for our initial visit. It just happened along the way. And today they hit it, they jumped on it, they fixed it. They sanded down all the siding, the skirting. They painted it, they buffed out the door. They changed the graphics all in one day. And that's it, we're done. We've been here 3 days. And the only reason we're here 3 days is because the first day we arrived, 1 day early so that we can get started the very next day. So that's why we're here 3 days. And it could very well have been 2 because we're done right now. We can easily hook up and leave. But it's kind of late in the afternoon. We don't like driving at night. And we're gonna reserve departure for the morning. Tomorrow morning we're gonna head out and we're gonna head back home. But that's it. That's all I got from Affinity. I'm going to be back in March. We're gonna handle that issue that I told you about the floor bowing. Just to give you again, and I'm gonna close out this video with a little bit more information about Affinity. Just to give you an idea, my coach is a 2021. It has a 1-year warranty for the pretty stuff, and then it has a 3-year structural warranty, as does just about every other manufacturer. Well, the owner, okay, tomorrow is going to submit the repair for the bowing of the floor to Keystone. I've told you guys in the past that Keystone is a very good company to work with. Oftentimes when they realize that there's a problem that should have never happened to one of their coaches, they take responsibility for it, which is unheard of in this industry. They take responsibility for it, and even though you're out of warranty 6 months, a year, year and a half, they either fix the entire problem at their expense or they pay a certain percentage of it. But we don't know just yet. That's just me telling you what's gonna happen. I will follow up in a later video, maybe when I come back in March, and I will let you guys know how that plays out. For now, we're gonna hit the road. Next few videos coming up should be back on the house build, but that's it. That's all I got to say. Again, you guys need any repair work done, take some advice, okay? Come out here to Affinity RV Group. In my opinion, they are the best in the industry. There's a lot of folks out there also that will tell you they are the best industry, or they're the best in the industry for the many reasons that I mentioned throughout this video. Come on out. I get nothing from Affinity other than great customer service, the way it should be. And they don't do it just for me. I see it. When I come out here, I stay here and I watch and I see them, the way they work with every other customer that comes through that gate. They are top notch. I can't tell you anything more about it. You can go ahead and spend your money somewhere else. I highly recommend that you take a little road trip, do a little camping wherever you're coming from, do a little camping on the way up here, get your appointment, get in here, get the work done, and I guarantee you, you will not have a complaint about Affinity RV Group in Goshen, Indiana. That being said, guys, until next video, you guys stay safe out there, and I wish you all well.